Hey everybody, it's Professor Parish, and we are in week 6 of English 109. So we have this week, next week, and finals week left, if you guys can believe it, for English 109. So we are quickly working our way towards the end of the semester. And so what I want to do this week is just go over what the assignments are, give you guys a heads up on everything, and then just kind of prep for the week to come. So, with that being said, I'm going to minimize myself, and we're not going to waste any time here and talk about week 6. So as I'm recording this, we're still in week 5. So if you've not submitted your assignments, please make sure you do so by tonight. As you can see here, I've turned all mine in. But go down here to week 6. We've got some assignments to look at. So the only chapter to look at in our English skills textbook is chapter 20, which runs from pages 386 to 401. We do have a week 6 discussion forum. The posts are due by Friday, and discussion responses are due by Sunday. And then the other assignments are your narration paper is due this Sunday, the 19th. So far, the topics that I've looked at for the narration paper all look like they're going to work very well. My goal this evening is to grade and hopefully see the rest of your assignments and let you know if the topics will work, but so far so good. Like I said last week, I think narration is one of the easier papers to do in this class because it's all just drawing from your own experience. So there's probably not going to be a lot of MLA or citations that you do. It's mostly going to be probably your own experience, which is nice. It makes things a little bit easier for you in writing the paper. And then we have grammar review number 5 and textbook activity number 4. So this is actually, I believe, let me look down here, it is our last grammar review. It's our last grammar assignment in the class. So I did go ahead and pull it up here. The grammar review is going over pages 536 to 543 in our textbook. On page 538, Activity 1, you are rewriting sentences. This is focusing on quotation marks. So putting quotation marks around the appropriate sections. That's activity 1. Activity 3 is doing the exact same thing, putting quotation marks where they need to go. Part 2, pages 444 to 552. On page 546, numbers 1 through 5, you are putting commas in the correct place, so we're doing a little bit of punctuation review. And then on page 548, this activity 3, I want to write down what the interrupting phrase in each sentence is. Now, your book is going to explain this in more detail, but an interrupting phrase is basically when you have a complete sentence and your writer puts in an extra bit of information that's not necessary for the sentence, it's just extra details. That's called an interrupting phrase. So if I said something along the lines of, Tina was certain, like she always was, that her brother was to blame. So I could take out this like she always was and just say Tina was certain that her brother was to blame. That's a complete sentence. But adding this interrupting phrase is just adding an extra detail. So she's saying she's really confident that her brother's always the one responsible. So what I want to know is I want you to write down this, like the interrupting phrase in each of your sentences 1 through 5 in activity 3. That's what I'm wanting for this assignment. And then activity 5 on page 550, you're writing down the word in the sentence, place the comma after it, and then show where quotation marks will go in the sentence. So for example, if I had a sentence, let's say in my book, that said, John told her, don't worry, I can pay for your gas this time. So if that's my sentence in the book, I want this to be your answer. Just what the word is before the comma and then the part in quotation marks. You can write the whole sentence if you want. I'm just trying to cut you down some writing time. But that's the grammar assignment. So it's just reviewing what I feel is the most common mistakes in papers with commas, quotation marks, and interrupting phrases. Those are usually the 3 biggest mistakes writers make, I've noticed, on student essays. So that's what this grammar assignment is focusing on. It's our last one. So far, you guys have done phenomenal on the grammar assignments. You really have. So I've been really impressed, And so just think this is the last one you have to do. Now, as far as textbook assignments go, we do have one more for this week. Or we have number 4 is this week, number 5 is going to be next week. So textbook assignment number 4, you're going to look at pages 114 to 116 in your textbook. For questions 1 through 5 on page 115 and 1 through 5 on page 116, you are just rewriting the sentences, adding more specific details. So we've done assignments similar to this a few weeks back. This is just expanding on that. Also note that on page 116 rather, there's nothing underlined. So you're going to have to figure out what detail needs to be expanded on. So 1 through 5 on page 115, it's telling you what to expand on. So you can see that there's some stuff underlined. On page 116, they don't have anything underlined for us. So you have to figure out, okay, which of these words am I going to expand on? So for example, number 2, the animal ran away. Well, animals are only subject in the sentence. So you're going to tell me specifically what kind of animal ran away. All right. And then down here at the bottom on page 124 to 125, you're just combining these sentences together to make one complete sentence. And you'll notice there's several parts to some of these, so you're going to have to use a lot of commas, delete any repetitive or unnecessary words, and just make it one compound sentence. And that's textbook activity. And then your narration paper is due. So you've got your last grammar review due this week. We've got the textbook activity, the discussion forum, and the narration paper. And so if I look over here on the discussion forum for week 6, the discussion forum is just a video. It's talking about this collaborator. His name is Todd in the Shadows. He's a music reviewer, and his gimmick is that he's always in the shadows. You can't ever see his face, so he keeps his anonymity that way. But he is comparing and contrasting 2 songs. And so what I want you to do is watch this video and then answer the questions below for this week's discussion forum. So it should be pretty simple. So there are 4 assignments, but aside from getting your narration paper, these should all be pretty much, you guys should be old hat at this by now. I am curious to see what you guys think about this discussion forum this week, because I like Todd in the Shadows. Some people like him, some students don't. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. But so far, everybody's been doing really good in the class, so I'm excited. We're going to push just a few more weeks, guys. A few more weeks push, and then we will be done with this semester. So I have faith in you all. I'm excited to read your work. But just let me know if you have any questions this week. I am going to be out of my office on Monday. I won't be able to answer phone calls or emails until Monday night. I won't answer phone calls Monday night, but I'll answer my email Monday night. And then Thursday and Friday. Thursday I'll be available to email and call, and then Friday I will be out of the office as well. So just kind of keep that in mind. Monday and Friday I won't be able to answer any contact until that evening, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I'll be able to answer my email and answer any phone calls you guys have. So let me know if you have any questions, but otherwise I hope you all have a great week. Please stay safe, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.